Once upon a time, two retired teachers decided to convert their garage into a pottery studio. Along with their daughter and son, they built a business around the idea that the world could use a little more art and a lot more artists. We're the Kaya family. Welcome to Walky Pots. Hi everybody, how you doing? How you been? How are things? Shane and Diane here with coffee time number 63 at Walky Pots Studio. It's been a couple weeks, you guys. We got lots of things to talk about. Lots of things happening in the last 2 weeks, and more things coming up. What are we going to be talking about today?
Well, since our last coffee time, we've actually had 2 classes here in the studio for pottery.
Right.
Carolyn had an egg tray class.
Right. So she did a class with hand-built egg trays.
Yes. Oh
slab
my gosh,
built.
so cute.
Yep. If we get a chance, we'll show you guys some pictures from that class.
And then yesterday you had a wheel throwing class.
Right, had a wheel throwing class. A couple of folks in here had a great time yesterday with Morgan and Matthew. Had a fantastic time here at the wheel. It was great.
It was. It was. And of course, also since the last time we saw you, it has turned into spring. So those of you in the northern hemisphere like us, happy spring. And those of you in the southern hemisphere, like Lainey, happy fall.
And if you're on the equator, happy Sunday, I guess. Right? So anyway, happy change of season or continuation of the status quo as far as your seasons go. Who knows? But anyway, it's a great day no matter what day it is.
I'm constantly looking, though, for the signs of spring. And we've had daffodils and the little purple dead nettle in the field is blooming. And there's little red buds forming on the trees now.
Right. We spread out some wildflower seeds in our front yard. And I can't wait to see if they take hold and sprout.
Yes. And one of my very favorite things was the return of the sound of frogs.
Right, those spring peepers. And we have that big giant bullfrog in our goldfish pond that jumps out into the water every time we go out already. So he's ready for spring.
So I'm just so excited. It's wonderful.
Yep.
So there was that. We've also had a couple of our homeschool art classes here in the studio since the last time.
That's right. And we only have one more of that session to go. And then it's time to start planning for our next round of homeschool art classes here in the studio.
But of course, our big thing, guys, and what we wanted to share with all of you is our 3D printed items that we've been doing.
We have been so busy making 3D printed rollers and stamps for the pottery, and it's been going really great.
Yes, because the last time we were just experimenting with it, and we had started working on some designs and things, and this time
we have actual saleable pottery to show you guys.
And see, so let's see. Whoops, there was something there. But here is a 3D printed roller that was from a drawing that I did, and we printed it into a roller, and it made this cup. Yay!
So don't worry, you will be seeing pictures of these closer up. But remember that our original goal was for us to take our own work and make a repeatable stamp or roller for our pottery, and we are well on our way to figuring that out.
I think everything on my side, except for this wheel-thrown wine cup, and I did that, guys.
You did a very good job on it.
I'm getting better on the wheel. Was done with a roller that we created from our own artwork. So I have a wine cup that has grapes on the front. I have this kind of 70s vibe going. I'm thinking
funky flowers.
Yes, and I'm thinking that would be good for utensils, just a smaller kind of crock or something. One of my very favorite things, I just finished this morning.
Minutes ago.
Minutes ago. And I used this stamp.
The sponge isn't part of the mug. Diana, tell them why you have a sponge there under your handle.
Because my handle's still just slightly soft, guys. And so the sponge is supporting the handle so the handle doesn't slump while it's on display for you all to see. That's how new it is.
It hasn't even come close to drying yet.
I know he's going to take a close-up picture, but guys, it's a snail. I love it. It's a snail.
Diana drew this in Procreate.
I did.
And did such a good job.
All I could think was, this is such an important message for everyone. And that is to live slow.
I think that cup's gonna go great.
So that's, and how appropriate, a snail and slow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect reminder so that people slow down and really live fully. So
we are doing a great job with the 3D printing designs, and I'm working on a design for the Shinky ponies. I think I mentioned that last time. I have the pony drawn. Now it's just a matter of getting the right
that looks good.
Lettering for the words that are going to go on it. But we're doing really well with it, and really we've taken the last couple of days off of 3D printing. We haven't printed anything in 2 days.
Right.
And we got to get back at it. We're gonna
because there are several other things that I've been drawing that either needs a little bit of tweaking or just needs to be tried for the first time. And I will say, one of the things I've discovered is, this roller that I used for this, it didn't match up, but it's okay. You can't tell, and
it matches up pretty well.
Matches up. No, I guess it wasn't that one then.
There's another one that doesn't match up.
That's right. Never mind. That one matches up.
The other one doesn't. The point is, we are coming along really, really well with that, and I think we're going to do a how-to video for making your own rollers and stamps out of your own drawings. I think there's probably enough people wanting to know how to do that we need to make a video explaining the process, because it's not simple, but it's not too complex for the average person. If you have access to a 3D printer, then this is definitely a skill that would come in handy if you have any kind of a pottery studio going on also.
And it's a way to make things uniquely yours.
And it's really just another tool. We have the Cricut machine that we're able to do some things on. We still are going to use that for making glaze masks and things like that as well. But it's another tool for the toolbox. Yes. Now, you spent most of your last couple weeks working on the 3D printed stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't really use any 3D printed anythings in the things that I was making. I've spent some time on the wheel.
But you did some new things.
But I did do some new things. And I don't know if you can see this fat little bottle down here.
It's cute.
I'm very happy with this little guy. And it's got a nice little sound there. Very happy with how this guy's turned out, except
so cute.
I'm only mostly happy with it because there's a tiny little possible crack opening up on the bottom, and I'm hoping that it is not actually a crack. I'm hoping it's just a scratch.
A little scratch.
I hope, but I won't know until it's dried for a couple days.
We'll keep our fingers crossed.
I like that little bottle that I did, and I also made a couple of smaller forms too. Probably the coolest thing recently is these milk jugs. And these were a lot of fun to throw, and it's a relatively new technique for me, making the rims, where you pull the clay up really thin and then fold it over to make that thicker rim around it. So that's something that I've been working on, and I've got a couple of nice forms in addition to my normal bowl kind of things. Lots of fun happening on the wheel, though, really.
And I love these so much. And I know technically they're supposed to be milk jugs, but
it'd be a great vase.
It would.
You had mentioned daffodils.
Yes, daffodils. That is my thing. When you showed me this one, all I could see were these beautiful yellow daffodils coming out of that. And I'm like, oh, that's so perfect.
That would be pretty for that. I cannot wait to see them after they've been fired.
Yes.
Now, of course, all of this stuff is greenware right now. It hasn't even been bisque fired yet. But we did have a kiln opening several days ago. And we have a couple of our favorites from that kiln opening. I have a couple of my larger bowls. These are both significant because they're made completely with waste clay reclaim. And they turned out quite well. I'm very happy with how the shape, and definitely with the way you glazed them. They look great. And you did that tortoise shell glaze on this one, and I'm getting kind of a handle on the larger bowls. It won't be too long, and I'll be making some significantly larger bowls.
Yes, and I know Brenda has expressed an interest in getting a large bread bowl, one that she can do a double batch of bread in.
Right.
And we also an interest in a double yarn bowl. So again, larger things. So, which, come with its own challenges and things when things are larger.
Throwing with this kind of clay, throwing larger is a challenge because the clay is so bendy, so plasticky, and, for lack of a better word, floppy, that you really have to throw it thicker than you intend and then trim it to the thickness that you want. Yes. Now, if we switch out to a clay that has grog, if I start throwing on the wheel with the clay that has grog, I might be able to get some thinner forms out. So I may end up just putting some of our standard 112 on, because we have some left over. We got maybe 20 pounds of it or something like that left over.
I know.
You've got some things.
My favorites from the Kiln was this little berry basket. I absolutely love this berry basket. And it's
I want to see many more of those, because that was fantastic.
Well, and the thing is, I did this in a celadon. I did it in wasabi, and I had seaweed on the rim. And I'm thinking to myself, that would be a good way to do multiple ones. So like I could do maybe a red one with like a snapdragon celadon and have deep fire brick on the rim. So like the rims would be just a slight bit deeper colored than the basket itself. And of course, I'm so glad that I put the underglaze on the bottom.
Oh, it makes everything stand out.
It does, and it makes it so much more interesting. And I love this.
It's fantastic.
It's a springy thing.
I had mentioned it a while ago, but we need to make some ceramic berries to go inside of that. I think that would be cute. Thing.
This is kind of funny because this cup has sat.
We had it for ages.
For a while on the shelf to be glazed. And I'd look at it and say, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I could not think what I wanted to do to it. And then in our homeschool pottery class, one of the little girls had used the celadon ochre on her little heart dish. And I really, really liked the way that looked. And I was like, I think I finally figured out what to do to the mug.
It looks great. I love it.
So that's what I did. And of course, it's the little chickadee. And I love painting the little birds and all. But it's always intimidating also, because I want them to look a certain way. And sometimes less is more, I have a tendency to try for photorealism. And I have to make myself remember it's the impression.
Remember, Carolyn sent us that drawing of her horse that she wants to put on a cup. And that's very much a gestural impressionist kind of a sketch that she wants to put on the cup. And we have to kind of embrace that sometimes. Not everything has to be perfect or perfectly, like a photographic representation.
Right. Because a lot of it is the interpretation that someone brings to the piece. So I have to always remind myself of that. But
it's been a busy couple weeks, and we've had so much fun here in the studio. And we have a couple of things coming up, too.
We do. But before we talk about that, one of the things that happened since we've talked with you guys is you had a birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday, everybody. My birthday passed, and I am 55 years old now and loving every minute of it. My birthday celebration was fantastic. I had my traditional lasagna and strawberry cake. I think I've had that every birthday since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Tiny little kid. That's been my birthday go-to meal. Diana got me this fantastic seasonal green hat from the Boston Scally Hat Company. Love this hat. I got a couple of other really great gifts to Diana. Cross-stitched, a very meaningful saying for me. And we'll show a picture of it as well. But it's from the Superman and Lois TV show. And as a lifelong Superman fan, I was a huge fan of that show. And the saying is, extremely meaningful to our lives. So Diana learned how to cross stitch and cross stitched that for me without me even knowing anything about it. Completely a surprise. And I got a couple of other nice, awesome presents too. And I guess we don't really need to go into too much detail except to say it was an awesome birthday. It really, really was.
I think it was one of the best. Time.
Certainly the best one I've had in the last year, for sure. For sure. It was a great birthday.
And for me, there's been this ongoing challenge, and you probably can hear it.
Oh, yeah. So I had the highlight. My highlight, of course, was my birthday celebration.
Yes.
But Diana didn't have any festivities that she was really celebrating. In fact, her challenge is...
Yes, it's my allergies. You know, I love spring, but hey, seasonal allergies are here. And there's been a couple of days that I either had no voice or...
The much funnier days when she talked like Minnie Mouse. It's been great.
Oh, yeah, it's been great for you
hilarious.
and Christopher. They've made fun of me so many times.
Whenever Diana would say something, I'd yell out, "And Donald too!" You know, she loves that. But it's been, I know you've been struggling with your allergies.
But I started in a new exercise routine this morning, and I was making sure I was breathing deeply, trying to make sure that I'm getting air in,
oxygen,
and because I've got to keep moving through it, you know, so that it, you know, I deal with the allergies better.
And it'll be another couple weeks probably before you're probably back to completely normal.
Right.
But we'll work through it.
I'll just keep going.
Yep.
So anyway, this coming week, we need to get a new art class flyer out because our current homeschool art class is ending. And so I was thinking we'd take a week off and then do 4 weeks for the next class.
I think you said wild and wacky art. I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic.
Yes, wild and wacky art. I am envisioning slinging paint outdoors, not
Jackson
inside.
Pollock,
Jackson
here we come.
Pollock, yes, here we come. And all sorts of crazy wild things that the kids would really
Abstract,
enjoy.
fun stuff.
Yes, and it'll be the last set of homeschool art
we can
for
get
the spring season.
We can get a class set of chainsaws and work on sculpting trees.
No.
Okay, well, anyway.
And I do have a shelf full of pottery that has been glazed, but I still need more pieces so that we can get a full kiln load.
And I'm looking at that. We got another 3 solid days of glazing before it's going to be full enough for a load.
And then also we need to get a bisque load done.
Pretty quick.
Because I want all of the egg trays to get bisqued so folks can come and glaze those. And they'll be ready for Easter. So, and other than that, we just have loads and loads and loads of stuff to make.
I can't wait to start making the cups for the market, the ones that are specifically say Shinkitik on them. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, it'll be wonderful. So I'm excited, and I'm want to do some more designs and things too. I'm really enjoying it.
I am going to say it again, and I've said it 10,000 times. I'll probably say it 10,000 more. There are more cool things to do than time to do all the cool things. And I guess that's kind of a good position to be in. It really is. We have lots of fun stuff planned.
Yes. And our daughter's birthday is coming up this week, as well as her 2 horses' birthdays.
Her 2 horses and Carolyn, they all have a birthday within like days of each other.
Yes, Luna's birthday is today, Magic's is Tuesday, and then Carolyn's is Wednesday.
It's going to be a busy week.
It's a birthday week.
Yep.
So it's fun, but I have to go to Tractor Supply and buy the horses a gift. So, of course, we have to get Carolyn one too.
Oh yeah, that's right. We should get Carolyn a gift. We totally should.
Actually, we did give her one already, but I think we told folks we were getting her a cart, but I can't tell what the other thing is that we're getting her. She has to wait.
Right.
So, anyway, so many things. And I also have a class that I'm going to this week. Nothing to do with pottery.
What's your class this week? How did I not know this?
Oh, I'm going over to Salty Yarns.
Oh, surprise! I have a class. Oh.
Yeah, I start my sweater class this week.
Oh,
it's
cool.
a new type of sweater, so
I'm going to go to a kickboxing class. Can I do that?
So Jennifer, Karen, and Kim and myself, we're all taking the class. So it's just on Thursday morning, so it's going to be great.
That will be a lot of fun. A load of fun. Yeah, I got to take a class. What kind of class should I take? I need to take a class.
I don't know. You'll have to get James to take a class with you. Maybe you all can take up fencing.
Fencing? Because I need to be able to make a good
fence.
Oh, wait, no, you don't mean making fences. You mean smacking each other with sticks and stuff, yeah.
You boys would be out there forevermore.
The next coffee time, I'll be missing a tooth and have a black eye or whatever, probably. But anyway.
Yeah.
So we need to do stuff. I need to do stuff as well. But what else do we have going on here in the studio? that we haven't talked
I
about?
don't think anything else. Of course, I always seem to miss something, but that's okay.
That's the nature of the beast.
It is.
All right. Well, happy change of season
Yes.
or not if you're on the equator. And I think we're going to go ahead and sign it out and get on with the rest of the day.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate each and every one of you. We are trying to climb to 1,000 subscribers. We are not there yet. So if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do that. Once we hit 1,000, it's going to make our day really, really big time. But for now, toodaloo, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care. See you later. Have a fantastic day no matter where you're at. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.